Hello, you are highly welcome to the smartphone graphic design course. Okay, now in this video what we are going to be looking at is the introduction to graphic design. Introduction to graphic design is where you get to know the definition of graphic design, the fundamental element of graphic design, the principles, the psychology and the process of graphic design, and also the types of graphic design and what they do. Okay, so these are the things that we're going to be covering in this module 1, and it is important that you take note of this basis because these things are going to build the foundation of your graphic design career. Okay, skipping this will definitely jeopardize the career you're building in graphic design. So that is why it is essential that you go through this this part of the course. Even I will advise that you go on it more than once. Okay, so without any further ado, let's just head straight to the definition of graphic design. Okay, now what is graphic design? Graphic design is the organization and presentation of information using visual elements developed through a creative process for a particular function. Graphic design is the organization and presentation of information, so it has to do with you, the way you organize your information, the way you present it. Organizing something is different from presenting it. Okay, organizing something in the sense that anyone who sees it is able to understand it with ease. Okay, that is, you don't have to start explaining things for people before they understand it. Okay, so as a designer you should be able to organize your design in a way that anyone who sees it will understand it with ease. Secondly, you should be able to present it very well. Okay, so graphic design entails organizing and presentation of information, because anything we are doing, we are trying to pass an information to the viewers or to the audience or to the client. So you are trying to pass an information. Okay, this is what we are doing. Okay, this is the advert we are doing, this is the brand we are pushing. Okay, so you are trying to pass information, so you are organizing it very well, presenting it in a way that it will be well understood. Okay, now you organize and you present this design through visual elements. Visual elements are the elements of graphic design, so which we are going to talk about in the next video. Okay, but in this video all we're going to talk about is what graphic design is. So you organize the information, okay, through the visual element. So you develop this concept. So the concept, okay, you develop it through a creative process, okay, for a particular function, because a design is not for everything. Okay, a design is meant for a particular function. Okay, function is a principle of graphic design, so which we are going to get there. But okay, but I'm going to chip in something now. Every design you're going to be doing or you have done before, okay, is for a particular function, if it's for a particular reason, a particular purpose. Okay, you might be designing to advertise. Now that is good, but what kind of advertisement are you pushing? Is it for babies? Okay, and if it's for babies, is it for male child or female child? Okay, and what age? Okay, so these are things that you should note before diving into designing. Okay, so every design you see out there is for a particular function. So graphic design is the act of organizing, presenting information using visual elements. Visual elements such as lines, shapes, colors, okay, etc. So you use this to create a design to pass an information, okay, for a particular function, for a particular audience. All right, so having established that, so I want you to take note of this thing I'm about to say. All right, so when it comes to communication, okay, as a designer now, please pay attention. When it comes to communication, there are different ways to communicate. Okay, so that is the way you will communicate to an adult is totally different from the way you will communicate to a child, right? So the same thing too applies in graphic design. Yeah, the same thing applies in graphic design. Okay, you cannot be a good designer if you are not good in communication. If you don't know how to communicate to people, if you don't know how to differentiate the conversation between a child and an adult, you should be able to converse very well with this set of people. Okay, because the way you converse with an adult is different from the way you converse with a toddler, a teenager, and so on and so forth. Okay, so there are different ways you can pass an information to this set of people, and it is come by understanding how to communicate with them, understanding how they how they um how they perceive information. Okay, so these are the things every graphic designer should know. Okay, so what makes one a good designer? It is by being a good communicator. Okay, because graphic design communicates visually, it passes information visually. Okay, what you would say in 1,000 words, you can communicate it in one design. Okay, because if you are to tell somebody about your business, for instance, then you go to the person, you tell the person, I do this, I design flyer, I design banner, I do this, I do that. If you okay, so instead of you telling somebody all these things, you can as well just give the person your card. Okay, you can give the person your flyer, you can give the person your business card, so it makes things very easy for you. Okay, so you must be a good visual communicator. Okay, you must be a good visual communicator. Is very important. Okay, it is very vital that you study and know how to communicate with people with all age group. Very important, know how to communicate with all age group, because every design has its own audience. They have their own audience. Okay, because a particular design that is meant for children cannot be used for an adult. Okay, so let's see an example here. Now if you take a good look at these two design, okay, now so let's see this one here. Now this one comes with a different color from the second one, because the second one consists of children colors, and if you zoom in properly, you will see some elements on the design like trees, plants, cloud. Okay, trees, plants, cloud, things like this are not supposed to be seen in an adult design, right? In an adult design. So that is why it is important that you take note of these things. Okay, very important. The colors you use for children design, you cannot use it for an adult design. Okay, you cannot use it for an adult design. Very important, because there are different ways you can communicate with people, okay, which they will understand you very well. Okay, all right, so that will be all regarding this video. So in the next video, we are going to look at the elements of graphic design. Okay, thank you very much.